Today we're talking about the browse abandonment product flow. Okay, this is usually top 3 to top 5 revenue generators for an e-commerce brands, and I'm talking about seeing over 500 e-commerce brands up until this point in the past literally 6-7 years that I've been doing email marketing. So you can see a screenshot literally made one of our clients $16,000 in 30 days. So if you set it up properly, huge revenue driver. Today I'm going to walk you through not only how those email look, non-negotiables, what you should have in mind before you create your own strategy, because your strategy is going to be slightly different than other stores, and a bunch of cool things. All right. Now, this flow splits into two. There's browse abandonment product flow and browse abandonment collection flow. I already talked about the browse abandonment collection flow. A video's on my channel, check it out and set it up first before you set up this one. All right. Now, as I said, what's inside here, we're going to talk about what this flow is, how to create your custom strategy, non-negotiable, some things you should keep in mind, and also how to set it up step by step. I'm going to literally have huge SOPs with step-by-step instructions you can set it up for your store. And then at the end, we have dynamic content formulas. If you want to go a little bit more advanced, feel free to check this out as well. I put it at the end in order, obviously, to focus on the 80-20. So what it is, first of all, it's a flow that is triggered when somebody views a product inside of your e-commerce store, but doesn't add it to cart and just leaves. All right. This is a visual representation of your e-commerce funnel. Everything here is divided like a cake into layers. Layer one is the homepage right here at the top. Then somebody goes into viewing a category, then viewing a product, then adding to cart, then starting a checkout, and then at the end, cha-ching, you made that sale. Now, it's never that simple to go from viewing your homepage to making a sale. You need to walk somebody through all those different stages. So now we're talking about viewing a product and not taking the next step, which is not adding to cart. So if somebody left after viewing your product and they just left your store, they're what we call qualify for browse abandonment flows. All right. So that's the thing we're going to talk about next, how to send them out. Typically, what we do, 3 to 4 emails is more than enough to actually set this flow. Typically, we go with 3 emails. This is usually what we recommend. Email 1, a reminder after 30 minutes to 1 hour. You want to test that of abandoning a product, right? They saw a product and they left your site. 30 minutes after to 1 hour after, you want to send them the first reminder, just a reminder. Hey, you saw this product. You can actually show the product that they abandoned. These are the reasons why you should shop it, what you should buy. Email 2, same reminder, but with 10% off. You change slightly the email. You can make it completely different or slightly different. That comes out after 12 hours to 1 day later. And last reminder with 10% off, 1 to 2 days after this email is actually sent. So let's say day 1, you get this email, 30 minutes to an hour later. 1 day, you get a second reminder with 10% off to sweeten the deal. And last reminder, 1 day to 2 days after. All right, now let's see a real example of how we set it up. Header says, as you open the email, still thinking about what to buy. A nice picture of a truck. This is a truck company that sells lights. Hey, name, you've been eyeing it. Now it's time to make it yours. Recently viewed abandoned items right here. So it's literally Shopify sending the product to Klaviyo and Klaviyo dynamically showing it right here. It's super cool and already comes inside of the setup that we'll walk you through later. Don't let the hesitation hold you back. Your truck deserves the best. Lighting that stands out, gear that performs, and accessories that make it legendary. Ready to turn head? Grab what you need before it's gone. Popular products, you can also include bestsellers right here if you want, or if you want to keep it clean, not distract somebody on what they actually viewed, you can keep that product and that's it. Just dynamically populate it right here and that's it. Let's get you back to upgrading. Need some help. That's super, super key. What I don't see a lot of brands do is give people support. Maybe they abandon your browse because they're not sure about something, shipping, installation, if the product is the right one for them. So given either an email chat or live chat, WhatsApp, whatever you have and you're comfortable with, put a button right here, put the link underneath, somebody clicks, it takes them to that chat. All right. So that's it for email number 1. Email number 2, very similar, but now we want to move to a larger, offer, to a better offer, right? E-commerce today is all about making the right offer. So I want to test here with 10% off. Still ensure lock in with 10% off. Get 10% off is the CTA. Now here, hey, first name, we saw you browsing. Again, using the dynamic block right here. All right, your truck deserves, let me actually show it here. Your truck Your truck's ready for the upgrade, and we've got the gear to take it to the next level. From a rugged lighting to performance part, we're built for the long haul, just like your truck, right? So some copy right here. And since we know you're serious, here's 10% off to make it happen. So again, here's the dynamic code, Tough 10, best-selling products, call to action at the end, right? So it's very simple. The middle section is the dynamic block, a bit of copy, 10% off. And then again, bestsellers, again, you remind them of the product, the dynamic CTA, and then need help, get help right here button again, okay? Email 3, last chance to power up your ride, get 10% off, right? If actually you ask me, you can upgrade this by adding a countdown timer. We do this a lot of time. It's not shown here, but you can add a countdown timer at the top. So you're so close. You've got your eye on the prize. Let's make it happen. Again, dynamically show the product they left behind. So 10% off, 24. Oh, we put the count right here. So that's cool. Top 10, get your 10% off. Power up your ride, right? We give them some reasons why they should actually shop. And again, get expert help at the end. If they still need help, we got you covered. That's it. That's roughly all you need for a good browse abandonment sequence. You don't need a master's degree. You don't need to overcomplicate it. 3 emails, 1 without a discount, 2 with, and you want to put a countdown timer on the 3rd email. Extremely simple. Now, how to set it up? First of all, the non-negotiables. 3 to 4 emails. Your goal here is to build confidence, overcome hesitation, and move the customer closer to adding your product to their cart. That is all we need to push them to add to cart. Think about all the objections on why somebody wouldn't actually want to add your product to cart. Maybe, again, they have questions. Maybe they're not sure about the product. Maybe they're not sure about if this is the right product for what they need, how to install it, how fast does it arrive. So you want to tackle those objections in your browse abandonment email. So somebody's like, oh, I wasn't sure how fast is delivery. So you put US delivery is up to 7 days. You get a tracking number. It's secured, right? You kind of handle their objection. And you can actually do this literally by taking your product page to AI and ask it, like, what are some of the objections that people will not buy my product? And you give it to me so I can write them inside of my browse abandonment email. So AI can do this quite easily today, by the way. So second non-negotiables, send the first email quick. 30 minutes is great. Anything less than that from what we tested, Klaviyo doesn't have, like, it cannot populate the email that quickly. Like, sending the action of somebody browsing the product takes about 15 minutes or so. So we tested 30 minutes is actually optimal as a minimum time. Anything later than that is fine. So you can test that for your store. Use the dynamic block every single time. It's literally like I don't know, like superpowers for that email, because it gives a lot of reference on the product they viewed, and it's not like a random email or campaign. They know it's a reminder for what I viewed but didn't add to cart. Use reviews and social proof to build trust. Super key. If it's also like very visually pleasing, this is going to really, really kill it for you. A/B test at least 1 plain text. You can try that as well. We like plain text a lot. It's just literally like text, just text, no design. Just like, hey, it's the recon team. We saw you browsing a product, and A/B tests really are important, for this flow and any flow, to be honest with you, because you never know what's actually going to perform until you test it. Every store is different. Address common question and objection, as I already said. So now let's move on to the step-by-step guide. First of all, you have a Loom video. It's a step-by-step video without sound that walks you through on how to set up the whole thing, right? A to Z in Klaviyo. But if you're more of a reader, you have like the same instructions step-by-step right here. So when you're ready, open Klaviyo and head over to Flows. Inside of Flows, click on the button Create Flow. Once you're there, it will take you to a new screen. Click on Build Your Own, name your flow like this, okay? Browse abandonment product flow, then create manually, right? You have this button right here. Then you want to, once the screen opens, you want to go to the left-hand side and find your trigger. The trigger is actually the metric, okay? Metric should be viewed product, because that's what triggers the browse abandonment. On the screen, you'll be asked to set up the re-entry criteria. This flow can be triggered multiple times every single time somebody views a product. We typically like to let them re-enter every 14 days, because you don't want to send multiple browse abandonment back to back. You want to send one every 14 days. This way it's still fresh, it's not annoying, and yeah, we found this to be more optimal. Then there are no trigger filters for this flow unless you just want to have your browse abandonment particularly triggered when somebody leaves the specific product, but we typically don't want to restrict that to any product specifically. It should work on all your products pretty much. All right, last step here is to add these exact profile filters in the Loom. I literally show you how you do it. Super simple, and this will prevent this flow from triggering after somebody either added to cart, started to checkout, or bought from you. You do not want to send this flow to any of those because they are already in a further stage in your funnel. If you remember your funnel, do not send that. So this is for not annoying people after they already started the next step. And this is for deliverability. So if, for example, somebody unsubscribed from your emails, sometime Klaviyo doesn't catches that and they will still send them email. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that store. Don't send to people who unsubscribe or mark you as spam, or perhaps they just got your email bouncing because either they're on vacation or, they kind of like on out of office. So that is a soft bounce. A hard bounce would be anything like the email doesn't exist anymore. In either case, we don't want to send people to, get those emails because you're going to hurt your deliverability. All right. So once the profile filters have been added, click on save. This is what it looks like, by the way, at the end. And then you'll be prompted to confirm the trigger selection. Make sure you've chosen the right trigger and push confirm. View product again, as I said. Now your flow is ready. Drag the first email right here in the first time delay. We usually have 30 minutes right here. And then, 30 minutes, and then add your first email. You write it, design it, and you're good to go. Okay. Now, under every email details, rename the email not from email 1 to be browse abandonment product flow email 1. So it'll be easy to spot when you're checking profiles. If you're not naming your emails, it's going to be hard sometimes to see if somebody unsubscribed from a given email, if it's called like generally email 1. That's what Klaviyo puts. So you want to put a good naming convention. That's a pro tip for sure. Then obviously you want to add your subject line, preview text. This is some setup here on the skip recently email profiles. You want to definitely avoid that. And once you're ready, just add all the emails. This is what it should look like at the end after adding all the time delays and all the 3 emails. All right, once you're ready, review and turn on button is at the top. Hit save and you're good to go. Okay, so the full just key takeaway here, pro tip. This is not about making the sale. You're very early, like somebody very rarely go from browsing to buying, but you want to push them to the next action, which is bring them back to your site, making them add to cart, like giving them good reasons to add to cart. You address their objections, start the checkout, and then they'll buy, right? Because once they start a checkout, they're very close to buying, right? So perhaps your abandoned checkout will get triggered, but that's already a later stage, which is good. Okay, so that's our goal. Bring them back to the site, be comfortable, feel comfortable to add your items to cart, start the checkout, and then they'll make the sale. Okay, so your goal is to get them back to the product they viewed specifically, reinforce why it's worth buying, encourage them to add to cart, and once they add it to cart and leave the store, they'll get abandoned cart emails, which is a very, very high intent buyer, and usually these flows are going to close the deal for you. All right, they'll help somebody become a customer. Now, before going live, always double check your alt text, links, and button and dynamic product blocks are super important. You can literally send yourself a preview. This is how you do it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, right? I send it to myself, to Nate, and now we see the emails in your inbox. And yeah, you should basically see if everything is working properly. Now, creating your browse abandonment product dynamic block. This is literally how to make that dynamic block manually. Right? You can do it step by step, super easy. Again, there's like 9 steps and you're good to go. All right. If you have any questions about anything I mentioned so far, drop a comment down below. If you want my team and I to jump in to your Klaviyo account, audit it first, let you know where money's leaking, which flow is not working, give you a 90-day like literally plan of how to scale your account, what you need to fix, what needs to be added, what needs to be revamped. We'll do that. But we have limited seats every single month. We take usually 3 or 4 accounts to do that. Apply for an audit in the link down below. All right, you book a call with me. We ask you a few questions, and if you qualify, we'll audit your account for free. Now, the last thing I want to say is, if you are stuck in making this flow and you're not sure how to go about it, drop a question down below. I'd love to help you. And that's it for now. We're gonna meet again next week. I have another video that is down the funnel as the abandoned cart email, which is gonna be the next thing you need. So we'll have it for you next week. Up until this point, guys, I really appreciate your support. Drop a like and a comment if you have any, and I'll see you then. Take care.